Okay, so we're going to get started here. This is our first morning coffee Zoom. My name's Warren Hoover. I'm coming at you from Fort Worth, Texas this morning. Thank you so much for joining us. We want to try this out. You know, we had an idea. I was at the corporate office last Thursday and was talking to a couple other leaders and stuff, and we talked about doing some type of training, and not too often. I know some companies will do a training every single morning at 7 a.m. or at 9 a.m. or whatnot, and that – where there's probably a place for that, but I think that's probably a little overkill. I think, we need to be responsible for getting ourselves motivated and things like that. But I also think we have a good section, or a good spot to have some training, some tutorials, maybe do a Q&A for people. If people do want to have some guests on and have their cup of coffee, we can do that. We want to keep them to 30 minutes as well. So, for those of you who weren't on last night, I'll start and just talk a little bit about the visit I had with the corporate office. Steve Bailey, as most of you know, I would imagine on this, flew in last Thursday. I picked him up at the airport. We picked up another guy that flew in from Arizona. That's a big leader. And we all went to the corporate office all afternoon. And my biggest takeaway, as Steve mentioned last night, is that we're early. They were just hiring customer service people. They've got a lot of empty cubicles. They just moved into a brand new office space that's an old Chase Bank building. So lots of vaults and a lot of cool stuff there. Got to sit down for over 2 hours with the owner, Robert, and hear from that. I also got to meet and talk to Keith Yarborough, who is the master distributor. And I also got to talk to the number one money earner from last month, a guy named Mark something. He's actually from Prove It, is where he came from and had a very bad, very messy leave from that company, but has replenished his income. And, with us all being reps on here, this is not a prospect call right now, trying to get people on or whatnot. But, his check was close to $70,000 last month. So some good money there. The master distributor, Keith, had a check like almost $40,000. So, the master distributor, just because you're in first doesn't mean you're going to make the most money. So that's good the way this comp plan is set up. But talking to Robert about this, the big thing that I took away from this was his vision of where this company can go and building it customer first, not having all the hype, not having all the BS of, the boats and this and that a lot of companies out there, the owner does not have a position in the company. He doesn't even take a salary from the company. He's all based on stock options, which we all can earn, by the way. As you move up through the ranks, you can get stock options, which is very, very appealing to me. He talked about you can get rich in a company and you can make a lot of money, but you get wealthy off of the stock. Because this stock right now, or I guess it was as of Thursday, was 33 cents. And they're acquiring more companies. They have a lot of stuff that's happening under their umbrella that is really cool. They think they could be on NASDAQ by next February. So let's say by next spring, they think they could be on the NASDAQ. And on that alone, you have to be, I believe, at $4. So just do the math right now. If you started at 33 cents to go up to $4 a share, and to be able to earn thousands, hundreds of thousands of these shares inside this comp plan on top of making money with it and building a customer base that he actually brought up the company. It was Avon, I think. It could have been Mary Kay. But he talked about these legacy companies that are out there, your Amways, your Avons, your Mary Kays, your Melaleucas, these billion-dollar companies that have been around and have withstood time. Okay, they are still around. What made them so special? And the big thing was the customers loved the product and they loved the company, and I mean really loved it. And to the one he brought up, I think it again was Avon. 43% of their rep base started as a customer, and when you build it based off of customers first, it's going to take longer to build. You're not going to make as much money as fast, but it lasts longer. None of us want people to be in here, drink this coffee for 30, 60, 90 days and then to be gone. Because if you've got 10, 20, 30, 50 people a month quitting on auto ship inside your organization, and you're trying to replenish that with 20, 30, 50, 100 people, you're losing them as fast as you're getting them. And then you'll eventually lose them faster than you're getting them. And you have no business. You're just churning it over. And by going customer first, having it based on this product and setting it up the way they have, that's the goal they're looking for. And with this company doing $5 million in business in their basically fifth month around, in this coffee, updating shipping, all the stuff that's happening. They have so much in play. We're headed down the right track for a company that's doing the right things, taking the right steps. Is it going to make it? None of us know on here. I'll be flat out honest. I've had companies that have gone under. I've been screwed. I've been, it's just, we've all been there, done that probably. But they're just taking the right steps. And all we can do is make an educated decision based on what we know right now. And based on this, I'm excited to be building this. I'm excited to be training and helping with everything here, and putting these things in place. And excited to be drinking this coffee, this product, the Xanthomax, all that stuff. They're getting the shipping stuff taken care of with that company. I mean, it's just a lot of cool stuff. So anyway, that was my takeaway from last Thursday, and talking to Robert and getting to heard about a lot of good products. They're announcing some new stuff coming out at convention next weekend. For anybody that's coming into Dallas for that, I will be there. We'll be doing trainings. We'll be meeting with people. We'll be having meet and greets, all kinds of stuff. It'll be a fun time to get together. So hope everybody can make it down for that. But yeah, so that's my take just from last Thursday. So why don't we open it up here? If anybody you guys have questions, thoughts, anything you want to ask me, anything you want to, just talk about, whatever. Yeah, Terry.
Hey, I actually would like to get a little help. I already texted to the group, but I'm talking to quite a few seasoned networkers, and I know that I had mentioned I'd like to get a bullet points with just a brief explanation on the bullet points of the the comp plan, what makes us unique. Do you guys have anything like that I can use? I've got another gal who is a pretty intense marketer, social marketer, and also she does her own blogs. And cool. So Cindy Christensen. So she desperately needs something like that. She asked me for it, but if anybody in the group can help me with that, or if you can, I'd like to get it pretty quickly. I've got a pretty substantial guy in Canada who he's interested. Okay, give me the bullet points on the comp plan. I want to know what makes this company so special, blah, blah, blah. So
the Cliff Notes version.
Yeah, I need the Cliff. I need somebody to help me with that.
Yeah, they're working on, working on videos for the comp plan. They're working on PDFs for the comp plan, going over all that. I do not know of any bullet points on anything. Since we're in early, I have not created anything with it. I may talk to Vernon about that, or I'll talk to Steve and see about putting some of that stuff together. I may even be able to talk to Mark, the number one guy. Like I said, he's here. He was doing a meeting. They do Zooms from the corporate office. They even do live meetings on Thursday nights up there. And he may have something, or maybe even Keith, the
okay.
We've got a direct line. I mean, Keith sponsored Steve, so we have a direct line to Keith. So that's no big deal. And he may have something that we could put in place too. I'm not sure.
That would be great.
What he has, but yeah, I mean, that's your season. People want to know the Cliff Notes, and the Cliff Notes are, the company's gone to $5 million in, company's gone to $5 million in less than 5 months. The product obviously is hitting a chord with people, with the weight loss, the stories. Robert said that the growth that they've had with all this has been just based off of these Zooms and people giving their testimonials and hearing about, people with your story, Terry, and it's just hundreds and hundreds of stories that are being made every single day with this coffee, what it's doing with people's appetite. They're losing weight. The one guy I still remember, I love the way he said it. He said, I forgot about food. And just imagine that, going through your day and forgetting to eat, forgetting to have the cravings, and it not consuming you over anything. And then on top of it, the mental clarity, the focus, all the stuff that's happening, the mood changes, people getting in better moods with this coffee. There's a reason they call it happy coffee. So putting all that together, that's really what has built this. So, but I get it. The Cliff Notes version that these guys want. I'm the same way when somebody's talking to me or pitching me. I mean, I get pitched every single day with something new, and, and that's all I am same way. I'm like, look, what's so special?
Right.
And I would tell people, look, they've done $5 million in the first 5 months. It's a coffee. It's a nootropic coffee. I always bring up the Limitless example from that movie of NCT and what it does. When I usually talk about that, the light bulb goes off in people's head. And I sit there and say, look, have you seen this movie? If they haven't seen it, I show them the trailer, because the trailer tells you in 2.5 minutes what it did for him and how it just turned his brain on and how he was able to do more stuff. And this being based off of something like that, basically puts it in pictures and illustrates what this coffee is doing for people. So telling them that usually gets them somewhat excited about the product and tells them why people are getting so excited about it and why they've done so much business so fast. And then, talking about it on the customer base side and, just going over just basically residual. I think it's, $16 a month you get for every customer you have on auto ship.
Yeah.
And the auto ship is not, it's not $150 a month for coffee. I mean, this saves people money, because the coffee technically is only $40. It's the dose that's $80 when you get the Xanthomax with it. And when they do that, they eat less. So their cravings, this actually saves them money and gives them a healthier coffee, makes them get more productive, get more stuff done. So it's not a cost to them. This is actually going to save them money from that standpoint. So if you just bullet point a few of those things, say get on a Zoom, get on a three-way with some people, talk to some of the powers that be. We've got connections all the way up to the top.
And Warren, and I was going to just interject one more thing. I'm so impressed with your funnel system, and this is really what's turned Cindy on and a lot of the people that I'm talking to. And so really, I'm actually leading with that system, and maybe we could do some bullet points on that too. How we're
well, I had a guy that asked me, and so I was going to record a video on the happycoffeefunnels.com. On my site where they can buy it. Instead of just having a picture of the funnel, I thought about putting a video out and talking about it, because absolutely that is an ace in the hole there for you to pull and sit there and say, look, here's the product, here's what it's doing, here's what it's based off of. Yeah, there's a comp plan. The comp plan is not a ton of money up front. I tell people, I say, look, this is customer based first, but this is long sustained income. You've got stock options to just hit it out of the park and hit an absolute grand slam, bigger than any of us on this call probably have ever hit it. And we've got the tools. We've got funnels. We do Zooms. We're doing all this stuff. We've got everything in place so that you don't have to you don't have to do it all by yourself. This isn't your typical thing, because we do have stuff in play. From that standpoint. So anyway, the tools are a big selling point. The text group, if you guys aren't on that, make sure you text stream to the phone number 54244. That's our team text group, and I send out text messages about these Zooms and different things like that. So make sure you text stream to 54244 to opt into that. And everything's in play. We're not, I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and sound arrogant, but we're not rookies at this. We've done this before. We've built teams into the tens of thousands. We have the funnels. We have the team sites. We have the text group. We're doing the Zooms. This isn't our first rodeo.
And my last thing, I don't want to take up everybody's space, but the PDF. Are we going to get a PDF of the comp plan, the new comp plan? Because I would love to see that on the funnel system, on the team site. So that's my last question. As soon as it
comes out and they have it from corporate, yes, it'll be on there for sure.
Okay, great.
It's real easy to put on, because I had the video explaining the comp plan originally on the application page in the funnel, and some people saw it, some people didn't. But I had to take it down. That guy that did that is no longer with the company. Somebody butted heads somewhere, and they kicked him out of the company. He did something wrong. So I had to take the video down. That's the point. So that's why they're working on another one. They're working on a full PDF. It's early. We're so early that should get you going a little bit. That really is. And and let me point out a couple things here. I've been early. I've been the master distributor of a company, a brand new company. I've been in pre-launch of some other companies where I was just a rep and done well. This company's doing things differently. The fact that they've already had an event in November, the fact that they're doing another event in 2 weeks, the fact that they have an office, the fact that they have all this stuff in play, they have a lot of money. They're making a lot of money. They have money. The parent company over this is funded, they're not doing things half-ass. So, and I've seen it done. I mean, when I was the master distributor of a company, we put 5,000 people in that company in 60 days. And to this day, they still owe me 60 grand. I mean, but they ran out of money. They didn't have the money. They were trying to float their way through it. They weren't doing events. You know, the websites weren't up to par. None of that stuff was in play. They relied completely on me and our team of doing stuff. And we spread the word and we got people in. But then it was gone. And so that's the biggest thing that I would say, you know, in going to the corporate office and talking to Robert. Robert was the president of World Ventures, the most successful travel company there's ever been in MLM. And that's a whole Steve Jobs story there. If you guys don't know it, it's funny because he got kicked out of that company. He got voted out by the board, just like Steve Jobs did with Apple back in the day. He didn't like the way things were going and wanted to change it, and they voted him out. So this isn't his first rodeo as well, and they know the events, they know all that stuff. So that's just a couple of things that I look for as a guy that's been doing this, as a guy that has done it in the past. As you know, that's some of the changes that I see. We're in early, but we're with a company that is not playing like a brand new company. Put it that way. I guess is that the easiest way to put it. Does that make sense?
Yes,
so,
thank you.
With the PDF. So yeah, for sure. When that comes up, that'll be on the team site. People can go there. They'll be able to download it directly. I know how to put all that on the funnels, all that stuff as well. So that's real easy. Okay. Anybody else have anything? Questions, comments, thoughts?
How do we get a part of that stock plan?
You know, it's based in, first off, you can go buy it. It's a publicly traded stock. It's on Pink Sheets right now. They talked about, I don't know the stock symbol off the top of my head. But it's also in the comp plan, and they even had stuff whiteboarded up there on how many shares you can get as you rank up through. And I think you can earn up to 250,000 shares if you go to the top of the comp plan.
Nice.
I know they talked about you technically only need 3 legs to get to that Crown Ambassador or whatever they called it. They were talking about that. But yeah, so you can get up to, you can get a ton of stock with this thing. I mean, if you have 250,000 shares and that stock, even if it's at 50 cents right now and it goes to $100, I mean, I think you make, I don't know, $25 million or something crazy. I mean, that's Robert talked. He said, yeah, again, you can make a lot of money. You can make your 10s, your 20s, your 30s, $50,000 a month, you know, here and whatnot. But if that stock goes nuts, if they were to ever sell or whatever, then you get wealthy.
Yeah, I've got my ear.
This is not the only company. For those of you who don't know, this is not the only company that this company has. So let me explain that. The overarching company, the stock, is a parent company that owns 6 or 7 different companies. I don't even know all the ones they own right now. They own a couple of different MLMs. They own some other businesses as well, some traditional businesses. And so the stock that you're getting through this is not just for Elevate or Elevosity, it's for the parent company. Yeah. So the more company, and as they bring on more companies, and it's not like they're acquiring these companies and then just dissolving them and bringing them in or anything like that. They're just helping those companies. They're companies that are doing well. They're helping it because it's going to help the bottom line, and it diversifies for the parent company. If something were to happen to Elevosity and it goes under, guess what? The parent company is still around because they got all these other companies. It's just like Berkshire Hathaway set it up. And so as they acquire more and more, we want to have this stock. And I mean, it sure seems like to me, I'm no stock expert by any means, but it sure seems to me that the writing's on the wall, that we probably are privy to some information happening inside this company that people on the outside don't know about.
Yeah, it caught my ear.
What'd you say, Rob?
It caught my ear.
Well, that to me, flat out, I just, that hasn't really been brought to the table for me in the past. And then they were telling me stories of people in, I think it was YTB, the travel company back in 2005, that people made tens of millions of dollars on the stock options in that company when it hit. And so that's, you know, that's exactly what they're looking at. And then again, with them diversifying and getting multiple companies. Yeah, that's right. SHRV is the symbol. That's right. Yeah. It shared something. Do you know the name, Terry?
Sharing Services.
Sharing Services. That's right.
Yeah. And by the way, YTB owes me 50,000 shares.
Oh.
So yeah. Oh, don't want to go there with light TV.
Oh yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. So so there's the company, and you can do research, and even talked about it. Like Yahoo had some stuff on that when it talked about the, with them getting the distributor, the new distributor here in town. That came out last week, and it all talked about this. And so, because they do own one that I've been told for sure is Direct Sellers. You guys know the wine company that's like Wine of the Month MLM, Direct Sellers. You guys heard of that?
No.
Yes. Yes. Yep.
There you have, yeah. It's a Wine of the Month club. You get 4 bottles or 3 bottles of wine a month and all that stuff. But this company bought them not too long ago. Some of the new products, they're going to announce a new product coming out at convention. And when I say product, it's a whole different side. It's not coffee or anything like that. They've got some new products inside this company coming out as well, that are complimentary to the coffee and everything too. They told me some of that stuff that's coming out. And so a bunch of announcements happening here in 2 weeks, but it's stuff like that they are going out and acquiring, and they own a promotions company. I think they own a video company, to help with promotional stuff. And that's the stuff where they're diversifying all this. So
yeah, aren't they coming out with a hemp product?
I think
CBD?
that's one that they're big on, that they're trying to get. I don't know if that's coming out right away, but I have heard some stuff about that too. I didn't get to see anything. New back office. Is the new back office up?
Well, it was supposed to be up. I haven't checked this morning.
They were supposed to. Yeah, they were supposed to. When I was talking to them, they were talking about that switch. Let me see if I can log in here real quick and tell you if it looks any different on my end. So there's that, and then there's also an app coming out that looks absolutely legit. Let's see here. And this app even does stuff with funnels. Now mine's still showing the same back here. So, so they're coming out with new back offices, new app, a lot of this stuff, and they're going to announce all that stuff at convention as well. So a lot of cool stuff there. Any other questions? It's going on 9:30 here, my time. Rob in Vegas, is it 7:30 there? You're West Coast time, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Good man. He's up early.
I've been up since 4.
Wow. Yay for you.
Yeah.
My kind of guy. My kind of guy.
That's what I love about that Xanthromax. I take it at night. I get the best sleep ever, but I wake up, it's like I'm ready to jump out of bed. You know what I'm saying?
That's awesome.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, I love that product. I was in a company that had a product called Protandem, and I will tell you, it is 10 times better than Protandem. I hate to say that on public, but it is amazing, amazing product.
Well, yeah, you as a person who was in it and took the product, sure.
Yep.
And that product did massive, massive sales. Still is.
Yeah, it still does. I still have a large organization over there, but anyway.
Awesome. All right. Well, we will do another one. We'll put this out. I don't know. I think we're thinking maybe Tuesdays and Thursdays right now, or we might do a Monday and a Thursday or something like that. We'll see. We'll let everybody know. Make sure you're opted in again to the text group. Text stream to 54244. We're going to do another presentation tonight at 8:30 Central Time. That's at happycoffeezoom.com. When you go there, Happy Coffee Zoom, and these are all set up at morningcoffeezoom.com. So thanks so much for being on, everybody. If you have any questions, reach out to us. Let us know. Terry, we'll work on some of that other stuff and see if we can find out if there's anything on those cliff notes of everything too, okay?
Oh, great. And I'm glad you're recording this. How can we access your recording?
I didn't do last night, but as soon as I'm done here, what will happen is this will download to my computer, and then I upload it to the Happy Coffee team YouTube channel.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
I type in Happy Coffee team. We've got 5 or 6 videos up there right now, but that's where I put them.
Yeah, I really appreciate all your hard work, Warren. You just impressed me to no end, and I'm so thankful we have you with our team. Seriously.
Well, it's again, it's not our first rodeo, so we want to make sure everybody has all the tools that they can to be successful, because if everybody makes money, then it's going to help out everybody else, obviously. So, all right, guys, thanks. Have a great day. We'll talk to you tonight at 8:30 Central. Bring some guests.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye. Thank you.